fellow Dadpreneurs, Adam Dukes here, and in this video I'm going to share with you how to get clients quickly. I'm going to explain a thinking or something from Ryan Stewman. He shared in a podcast a couple months ago, and I've never heard it put like this, called Power and Force. I'm going to get into that. Really powerful stuff, no pun intended. Also going to share with you a paid traffic funnel I've been using for years. It flat out works. I did not come up with this funnel. I modeled it from someone years and years ago. It works. It's what people in the B2B space use. It's what people use, the coaches, the consultants, the high ticket stuff. If you're selling some type of a service or even like a coaching program, it's basically the same funnel. Like I said, I've been using it for years. I'm going to share the exact funnel like layout. You've probably seen it before. I'm also going to share the numbers, the current numbers, the funnel that's been running for, I think, about 4 months now. So I'm going to get into all that. Before we get into it, Dadpreneur, grab your Dadpreneur t-shirt. The link down below, totaldads.com. You can order your shirt. Again, the first link in the comments. We also got dad shirts in there. It's a dad apparel store. We got hats, we got hoodies, although it's a little warm this time of year out in Vegas to be wearing a hoodie, but maybe something for the holidays or the upcoming winter season. Again, Dadpreneurs, grab your shirt, totaldads.com. Okay, anyway, so getting clients quickly. So I want to dive into what Ryan Stewman shared, like I said, a couple months ago on a podcast, and I just thought it was really powerful. He called it power and force. When you're getting started, you're going to have to kind of do both. Like force is kind of the outbound, the cold calling, the cold emailing, the cold messaging, maybe on LinkedIn, maybe on Instagram, maybe even on Facebook, going door to door, going to the network meetings. That's the force stuff that you have to do when getting started. The power stuff, what he refers to, and it's true, is putting out content, whether that's blog posts, whether that's writing on Medium or LinkedIn, whether that's putting out podcasts on iTunes or Stitcher or all the different podcast channels, maybe even SoundCloud. I'm not too sure. Maybe that one would work. Putting out videos like this on YouTube, on Vimeo maybe. YouTube obviously is the 800-pound gorilla there, but you need to be putting out content and you need to be doing it consistently. There's 3 modes of content: written, audio, or video. If you're a writer, write. A lot of people talk, oh, video's the future, and by 2020, 100% of the internet's going to be video. You know, I've heard that stat. It's not 100%, but I've heard that stat, honestly, since 2011 or 12, so I don't really buy into that. But if you're not comfortable on video, don't do video. Who cares what the internet's doing? If you're comfortable writing, write blog posts. I definitely recommend, if you're getting started with like a blog, it's very competitive, obviously. I recommend also putting out writing on Medium and or LinkedIn. I would do both, and then siphon some of that traffic. Link back to your website, link back to your blog in those posts, because you're siphoning some of that traffic that's already built into LinkedIn and Medium. So if you're going to do writing, podcasts, I use an app. I don't have my phone here. I use an app called Anchor. It's a free app. You can literally, you pick up your phone, you click a button, and you record your podcast. That is it, and it's good. As long as you have the phone close, it's very good sound quality. There's no hosting, there's no nothing, and it automatically puts it on iTunes and Stitcher and Google Play, and I think mine's on like 8 or 9 different podcast platforms. I didn't do anything. All I do is pick up the phone and record it. I could literally record a podcast right here. It would be on iTunes. I think it takes like 12 hours. But again, it's all automated. Once I hit publish on my phone on the Anchor app, it's anchor.fm. It goes out and it syndicates to all the podcast platforms. So if you're into audio, you could do that recording into your car, driving in your car, let's say. You could record little episodes. I like to record little bite-sized episodes, like 3 to 5 minutes, just kind of thinking. So I call it the Dadpreneur Daily. I don't do it daily, but it's a powerful place. Again, so you can siphon some of that traffic or take advantage of that listener base on iTunes. So that's audio, and then obviously video, YouTube. If you don't do, if you like doing videos, then do videos and don't do the audio. A lot of people, what they do is they take the YouTube videos and they'll strip the audio and upload it to iTunes or upload it to Anchor, like I was just talking about. That's a great way to do it, because now you're kind of repurposing the content. You could even go a step further and get your videos and or podcast transcribed at like rev.com. I think it's $1 a minute. You could get it transcribed. They'll type it out or put it in a text format, and then you could upload it to your blog or to LinkedIn or to Medium or wherever it is. So you could kind of overlap, and that's what I try to do. With some of my content, repurpose it, I guess you could call it. But again, back to the whole power and force. Ryan recommends doing both when you're getting started. But over time, if you're consistent with it, especially with the power stuff, with the content, over time, you don't have to do as much force. You don't have to do as much cold calling. You don't have to do as much cold email or reaching out on LinkedIn or networking meetings or whatever it is, that outbound stuff, belly to belly, door to door sales. You can do less of that because now your power stuff is working. Now the content is working. What I love about content marketing, I've been a fan. I think I have 305 or so YouTube videos. I got started in 2010 on YouTube, 300 plus videos on my blog. I just switched over to a new domain. I have 275 blog posts from 2011 till now. Podcast, I think I have about 70-ish or so podcast. It's putting out that content consistently. And what I love about content is it's like your best employee. However, you don't have to pay for it. You do have to pay time, obviously. However, it's working for you 24/7. It never calls in sick. It doesn't ask for a raise. It doesn't flirt with Debbie in accounting. That's probably the best one. It doesn't, there's no inner office turmoil, with flirting in that. But all jokes aside, content marketing works for you 24/7, 365. It's always working for you. I had a website, I still have it up, Social Synergy. Years ago, I worked with real estate agents, and I ran ads for Keller Williams real estate agents. I'd put content out there. I would do the exact funnel that I'm about to show you. This was back in 2014, 2015, and I would put blog posts out there, and people would read my blog post, and they would read 2, 3, 10 blog posts. By the time I got on the phone with them, like a sales call, they knew I was from Michigan. They knew my name. They knew that I had a brand new daughter at the time, Ava, because I talk about her in the blog post, and I mix kind of the business stuff with personal stuff on my blog post, in the YouTube videos, in my podcast. I try to intertwine it all together. They knew who I was before I even got on the phone with them. It was kind of creepy in a way, I remember one guy was like, yeah, I landed on your site on a Saturday night and read like 6 or 7 blog posts, and he went down this rabbit hole of learning about real estate marketing and Adam Dukes, and we got on the phone I think like Monday or Tuesday that week, and he knew quite a bit about me. He was not just pre-sold, he was like 75% of the way there, and that's the power of content. It can do the selling, it can do the heavy lifting for you, again, at 2 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. So that power and force thing, if you're putting out content, that's the power. Eventually it's going to turn into power. Now, it's not going to work in a week. It's probably not going to work in a month. And it's probably not, to be honest, it's probably going to take 6 months of putting out consistent content to start gaining some traction, But you do that for a couple years, you're going to become a force to be reckoned with. And then you don't have to do the cold calls. Then you don't have to do all that manual, that inefficient. Not saying that stuff doesn't work. It's just inefficient, in my opinion, cold calling and things like that. So that's the whole thing between power and force. That's what I got from it from Ryan. I think it's genius. I think it's true. You need to do a bit of both. So next, I'm going to get into a funnel. Like I said, this funnel, it's I did not come up with it. It's a funnel that I found or modeled from someone years ago. It's a 4-step funnel. It's very, very simple. And if you're running advertising on Facebook and you're selling a B2B service, or really anything over, I would say anything high ticket, is anything over $1,000, it's virtually impossible not to generate a positive ROI. I talk with loan officers, real estate agents, and insurance agents often, and I tell them, like, those 3 industries, those are all high ticket items, like especially loan and real estate, purchasing a home. It's virtually impossible to not generate an ROI, like a very, very healthy ROI, like 3 to 5, 10x is not out of this world with a higher ticket service. So like I said, you'd have to be kind of like almost an idiot not to be able to generate. You don't have to really know. You don't have to be an expert, like an absolute expert, to generate an ROI. That's why I kind of like the high ticket stuff. It gives you room to play. However, the downside is you can get kind of lazy with it. You can get somewhat complacent. You don't test as much because, truth be told, I have a little bit too much fun posing for these the YouTube thumbnail images. Now, I don't design these. I don't have a design bone in my body. I outsource these. I found a guy on Fiverr, actually, that does, I think does great work. But the poses, I have a lot of fun with these on the weekend, making just weird, random faces, 30, 40, 50 of them at a time, and picking out 5 or 6 good ones. You be the judge if that's a good one. But anyways, let's dive in. Enough about my big fat head. So this is the B2B funnel. Like I said, It's modeled. I don't know who came up with it. Again, I'm not a designer, as you can see. My arrows are all out of place, probably not straight and all that. But anyway, so here's the B2B funnel. I like to refer it to it as, so you run a Facebook ad or an ad anywhere, and you send them to a landing page is what I like to call it. It could be for a live webinar, it could be for a recorded webinar, it could be for a VSL, which stands for video sales letter. I would classify this one as kind of it's not a VSL. VSL is typically text on a video and someone talking through it. This is more kind of a PowerPoint presentation, very similar to what you're seeing here. So, so they opt in here, they put in their name, their email, maybe even their phone number, maybe they're just their email, maybe some other questions. It's completely up to you. Obviously, the more questions you ask, the lower the conversion. However, you should get a more qualified lead. Typically, it's just name and email. Name, email, phone number. They opt in here. They are then sent to a page with a video. 10 to 20 minutes. I don't like going more than 20 minutes, and I would recommend keeping it in the 10 to 12 minute range if you can, but outlining, having like a video of sharing some type of the system. You have to give them value. It can't just be a blatant sales pitch. So it's kind of like a mini webinar in a sense, just a condensed version. Like I said, 10, 12, maybe even 15-minute condensed down webinar. And then you're not selling anything at the end. You're selling the opportunity for them to book a call. And typically right below the video, there will be a call to action to book a call, schedule a call, book a time on my calendar, something along those lines. And you can have the button pop up right away. You're going to get more appointments. However, the goal of the video is to kind of to qualify them. You want to be upfront with them. You want to be upfront that there's going to be an investment, that you don't want tire kickers. You can kind of filter out people. So typically what you want to do is have the calendar button on some type of a delay. Let's say the video's 10 minutes. I'd probably have it in the 60% range, 50 to 60, 70% range. There's not a right or wrong. I guess like anything with marketing, you should probably test it. But yeah, so if it's a 10 to 12 minute video, I'd have it come up maybe about 8 minutes. If it's a 12-minute video, something like that, that would be 75%. Because then the people that booked a call, they've seen most likely they've seen the entire video. They've definitely seen at least 75% of it. And then at the end of the video, like I said, I even like calling it out and saying, hey, this is a large investment. This is 4 figures. This is 5 figures. This is, we don't, in the video, you can have bullet points. We don't want this. We don't want this. Like really qualify them and weed the tire kickers out. Weed the people that don't have money out. You're not going to get as many appointments. However, you're going to get more qualified appointments. They click on the button, and typically there's a couple different options depending on what kind of calendar software you use. You could have it embedded right below the video, or it could take to a separate page, to a new page where they can book a time in your calendar. They book a time in your calendar, and then you can have follow-ups, reminders, maybe shoot a text message. A lot of the software, it's all automated, shoot a text message and an email, maybe a couple of them, 2 hours, 3 hours before the call, an hour before the call, 15 minutes before the call, just to let them know, hey, we got an appointment at 11 o'clock today, something along those lines. So that's pretty much it, the 4-step funnel. Again, it's very, very simple. I'll go through the numbers here. However, most aren't, a good majority of the people that opt in here, that give their contact information, they watch this video, a good majority of them are not going to schedule time on the calendar. Like a good majority. I'd say probably 75%, if not maybe even more. So that leaves you with a lot of leads that are interested, maybe not ready for a call, maybe aren't completely sold on you or your business or your company quite yet. So what you're going to need is a follow-up system. So this is kind of 2-tier here. So there's going to be a follow-up system. So this is an example of a 14-day sequence. Again, I like a 14-day, a 2-week sequence. You could do a 30-day sequence. You could do a 5-day or 7-day or 10-day sequence. I've probably done just about all of those, 5, 7, 10, 14, and even went out as far as 30 to 45 days. So again, it comes back to testing, but this is just an example of like a 14-day sequence. So I like to use a 3-pronged follow-up. So first would be email. This would just, again, as an example, so you shoot out an email. I like to have it heavy emails, heavy follow-up those first couple days because they're the hottest, and then as time goes off, I kind of trail off a bit. So sending an email the first day, the second day, the third day, skip the 4th, send it the 5th, skip the 6th, then the 7th, 10, 13, 15. Again, you can kind of play around with that, but I do like to have heavy emails up front. I also like sending text message. They get that. Email open rates are like 20% typically on a good day, so 80% of those people are not going to see your email. SMS, I forgot the open rates. I think it's in like 90%. So they're definitely going to be able to see the SMS. However, the downside of SMS is typically, depending on what type of follow-up system you use, if they unsubscribe from your text, which most people are going to unsubscribe. If they unsubscribe, it's going to be from the text. If they unsubscribe from the text, they unsubscribe from all the follow-up. So that's the downside of text. So I don't like to use it too often. I don't send nearly as many, maybe even 2 to 3 on text. So days 1, 3, 5, and 10. RVM is ringless voicemail. So what this is you record a message and you can send it to people's voicemail, and it's ringless, hence the name. So the phone doesn't ring, and it appears as if you physically called them and left them a voicemail. It's really, really, really powerful. You can send that on days 1, 2. Again, this is just an example. This isn't as intrusive as the text, but like I said, it appears that you're physically reaching out to the people. It's really, really powerful. So that's kind of an example of like a 3-pronged approach. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So 18 messages over the course of 2 weeks. You're touching them in the email, you're touching them with a text message, you're touching them with a ringless voicemail. I would definitely recommend retargeting these people inside of Facebook, showing them, you can create a custom audience. I'll put up a video up here on how to create custom audiences. You can retarget to all your leads. Anyone who opted into let's go back one. Whoops, why is it going? There we go. So anyone who's opted into here who's a lead, what you can do is for the 14 days, show them testimonials. Show them testimonials if you got videos, if you got text, if you have images, and to the custom audience. It's going to be a much smaller audience, but it's going to kind of warm them up. Show them a testimonial A from days 1 through 4, testimonial B's from testimonial B, day 4 to 8. And it can overlap, so you can do multiple testimonials. Don't think you have to separate them. You can overlap days 1 through 5, days 3 through 6, days 7 through 10, You get the idea, but just kind of bombard them, in a sense, with testimonials. And then that's going to increase the chance of them replying to the email. Typically you want to pitch them, book an appointment on the calendar. SMS, the whole goal of the SMS is to get them to respond. You could add a calendar link in there if you wanted. Ringless voicemail, you could do the same thing. Hey, give me a call back. I saw you're interested in XYZ. I'd really like to get you on a call and show you how we can solve this problem for you. I don't know why it's doing all these blinking. So I'll get into the numbers here. I just want to show you a quick screenshot of the ad account. This is live. This isn't from 2011 or 2016. This isn't old or dated stuff. This is currently live. As you can see, let me pull the screen down. So $6,800. Let me move my fat head. As you can see, 585. Oh, let me pull this back up. I don't have the window isn't wide enough. So the leads here, there's 585, and then we're testing out some lead form ads right here. So about 20 here, so 20 plus 585. That'll make sense on the next window, or next page here. I was having some technical difficulties going to the next screen. Not sure what was going on there. But anyway, so here is the case study and the breakdown. So as you can see on the previous screen, just over $6,800 was spent. Total leads was 605. I don't know what the cost per lead is there. $10, a little more than $10. B2B is going to be a little bit more expensive than B2C. So this is traffic to leads. So this is the conversion rate basically on the webinar, or not webinar. It's a video. It's not a webinar. It's a video. This is the conversion rate. So 31.2% of people are giving their name, email, and phone number. Lead to appointment is about 13.6%. This could probably be better. This can definitely, everything can be better, obviously. But this could definitely be improved. I'd like to see in the 20, 22, maybe even 25% range, but definitely about the 20 to 22%. That's telling me the follow-up system, the emails, the text, the ringless voicemail, that could be improved. That's also telling me the video could be improved, maybe shorter, maybe a little bit longer, maybe the button pops up a little bit earlier. So that is it's decent. So appointment to sale. So that's at 23.3%. That's actually pretty good. I aim to be 1 out of 5, 1 out of 4. That's right in there. So if you got a really good sales team, you certainly could close 1 out of 3. But 20 to 25% is that's a pretty good number. I'm pretty happy with that. And then the overall lead to sale is 3.2%. I like to be in the 4.5 is good. Anything north of that's really good, but I like to be in the 4 to 4.5% range. So this is a little bit low. But again, selling the high ticket, I think the ROI on this campaign is 200. I didn't pull the numbers, but it's about 265%, which, like I said, it's good. It's profitable. There is rebilling on this specific campaign. There's also split payments on this campaign. So that 265 is on the very, very low end. So, but that's basically the numbers from this specific funnel, this live funnel that's running, like I said, currently right now, August, I think 21st, 2019. That's it, Dadpreneurs. That's how you get clients quickly using paid advertising. I also shared the concept, the whole power versus force thing that Ryan Stewman brought to my attention, I guess I could say. The power thing, putting out consistent content, putting it out. If it's maybe a post a week or a video a week or a podcast a week or every other day or whatever it is, just be consistent with it. I started a 100 video challenge last July 29th of 2018. Tried to do 100 videos in 100 days. About day 52, I fucking collapsed. I got burned out. So careful with the whole burnout with content. You want to do more. Eventually you run out of steam. July 1st of this year, 2019, I started putting out videos Monday and Thursday. It's a much more attainable, manageable schedule. So be careful with the content production. When you get started, you want to put it out there. But it's happened to me in the past, and it happened to me, like I said, just last fall where I burned out. So the content thing, it's all about being consistent with it. That is the secret. And then also the force thing, reaching out, doing cold email, cold calling, networking events, messaging on LinkedIn or Instagram or anything like that. That's going to be, you're going to get quicker. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some effort, but it's going to be quicker. And then also the paid traffic funnel, that can be, you can set that up, have that running, generating new leads literally within 24 hours. If you need help with that, I have a video on how to create a sales funnel, absolutely free. You don't need all the bells and whistles to get started. So watch that video. I share 2 pieces of software with you. One, it's completely free, email and landing page builder. It's all in one. And then I share another piece of software that's $19 for the year. It's an absolute steal. It's a landing page builder. So you can use one or the other, or actually you could use a combination of both if you wanted. Also, I got a Facebook ads training video for you up there, so no excuses on that either. It shows you how to create an ad, how to create a Facebook fan page, business page where you need to run your ads from, how to install the pixel on ClickFunnels, WordPress, and Shopify. I also talk about creating custom audiences, creating lookalike audiences, how to structure your campaign, your ad sets, your ads. It's like a 33-minute training, basically unleashing everything I've learned in the last 7+ years advertising on Facebook. So no excuses. A video to set up a sales funnel, a video to get started with Facebook advertising, and you're on your way. You're generating clients quickly. Hey, next video, I have a tool that I stumbled upon a couple weeks ago. You can spy on your competition. It goes perfect with this video actually. On Facebook, you can see what ads they're running. Facebook released a couple months ago the Facebook ad library, which is cool. You can see your competition. You type it in and you can see what ads they're running that are active, also ads that are inactive. The downside is it doesn't show the engagement, so you can't really, the engagement you can typically gauge on how well the ad's doing. It's not complete foolproof, but you can kind of, if it's got a lot of likes, comments, and shares, the ad ran for a long time because it was probably working. So this tool that I stumbled upon, like I said, it's a piece of software. It's completely free, at least for now. You can spy on ads on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Yahoo, maybe Twitter. There's 5 or 6 platforms. It's pretty slick. Like I said, you just type in the keyword. Let's say you're a dentist. You type in dentist, and you're going to see all the dentist ads on Facebook, and you can model what's working. There's no need to reinvent the wheel. Model what's working. Don't copy, but model what's working. Like I said, with the 2 training videos up there, this tool that I will be showing you in the next couple of days, if you subscribe and hit that little bell notification, you'll be alerted when that video comes out. You're set. You don't really need anything else. No, you don't need to spend all this money on expensive courses and things like that. So again, hit that subscribe button, click that little bell notification. I put videos out every Monday and Thursday for your viewing pleasure. If you have comments, questions, or concerns, please drop them down below. I'll be happy to help. Thank you.